so we are here today to talk to Miss Wright about the play Macbeth. So, Miss Wright, have you ever read the book Macbeth?
I have read the book Macbeth, but probably not since I was in high school, though I think I may have read it again in one of my early Shakespeare classes in college. But it's been a long time.
Well, it'll be a nice refresher to get some questions going about it. So, Macbeth, what do you think the main theme of the play is?
To me, the main theme in Macbeth is probably the corruption of power. And I say that because Macbeth himself struggles with his new role in power, and his wife also is obsessed with the new power, potential power of Macbeth. And as a result, they both face serious consequences at the end of the play.
Yes, that also brings us to the question, what do you think the driving force behind the downfall of Macbeth and Lady Macbeth was?
I think Macbeth was his downfall was first led by the three witches who were feeding him information about the powers that he could possess, but yet there was no evidence, or what am I trying to say? There's no foundation to whether those truths were correct or not, but he listened to them. And then he also listened to his wife because she was selfishly wanting to gain power, and she was a very powerful woman herself, more so than Macbeth was. She was kind of the head of the household almost in that driving power for Macbeth. So I think that was his downfall, and also the guilt. He was guilt-ridden by it, where a lot of time tragic heroes, they accept it and they bask in the power, and he did not. He was driven by guilt, and so that itself was also part of his downfall, where Macbeth did not feel guilty, and also she went almost crazy with the thought of power.
Yeah, and that also brings up when towards the end of the play, she starts sleepwalking, and she starts to admit to all the guilt that she feels, and people hear her, and she loses her insanity, and then death happens, and the switch becomes Macbeth loses all emotion towards everything. He's doing all of the murders and all of the crimes by himself, and now he's the driving force towards it, whereas Lady Macbeth loses her sanity and feels guilt and dies, where Macbeth becomes emotionless. So the switch kind of happens.
Very good. Yes, I agree.
All right. So, the prophecies. What do you think the role of the apparitions and the prophecies have on his character?
This is a pretty common use in Shakespearean plays, especially tragedies, as far as prophecies and hallucinations and those kind of things. To be for the audience, I think they serve as the conscience, and so, but unfortunately, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth don't see that, and so they fully give credit to the prophecies of knowing all, and so that's what they focus on in order to make decisions. And so, but with the witches, then that's the drive of the need for power, and so they almost overshadow the prophecies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with prophecies, they kind of, with Macbeth, he just believes them so much that it also kind of leads to his downfall, because in one of the apparitions, it tells him that that a man born of a woman will never be one to fear, because they're born of a woman, and he can just be invincible. So this whole time he's thinking he's invincible and that nobody's ever going to take his power. And then Macbeth comes in and he says that he's ripped of his mother's womb. And it's the end.
Yes.
And he realizes that.
And I think they're always used as a tool for the subconscious and the consciousness of the characters, in order to get them to think one way or another. And so that's all I got.
Great interview. Thank you for letting us interview you, Miss Wright.
It's very nice to have you here today, girls.